Hey USA Volleyball Show fans, let's pause for a second and talk about something that's been game-changing on and off the court, Zenni's wraparound visor sunglasses. Zenni has seriously upped their game with these sports performance sunglasses. The advanced polarization technology cuts the glare, enhancing visibility even in the brightest conditions. They're made for high-impact action. These aren't just any sunglasses, they're specifically designed for pro athletes like USA Volleyball Olympians Taryn Brasher and Kristen Nuss. With customizable tints and a lightweight, durable frame, you can play your best game every time. Plus, you can even add your prescription, and the high wrap frame offers full peripheral vision and eye protection. They're also super affordable. Zenni is all about making high-quality eyewear accessible to everyone. This is a whole new level of value and performance. You can pick from a range of sleek, sporty designs in various frame and lens colors. So if you're looking to upgrade your eyewear game, head over to zenni.com and explore their sports performance sunglasses. Use our exclusive promo code ZENNIUSAV, that's all caps, ZENNIUSAV, at checkout to get 15% off any Zenni frames priced at $12.95 and above, including Zenni's, the sports performance collection. This offer starts on November 9th and runs through February 1st, 2026. That code again is all caps ZENNIUSAV at checkout for 15% off any Zenni frames priced at $12.95 and above. Zenni sports performance sunglasses will help you reach a whole new level.
DeFalco for the win! What a performance by this group of men to come back.
USA on one. USA!
Coming to you from the Olympic City, Colorado Springs, Colorado, this is the USA Volleyball Show. And here are your hosts, Steven Munson and Severin Lavenstein.
Hello and welcome to the USA Volleyball Show podcast, the official podcast of USA Volleyball. As you can probably tell, we are once again on location with a very special guest, Sterling Foley, joining us for this week's episode. We're going to talk all things about Sterling, his amazing performance with the U21 team, the upcoming season for USC, and of course, Sterling's journey as a volleyball player and his fantastic journey to come, and what he's also been through so far in his career. But before we start, we just want to make sure that you've caught up on all past episodes. We, of course, talked to John Hawks last week, and we've got some great episodes for you just in our library. So if you're not all caught up before this one, make sure you go back and check some of those out. But without any further ado, Sterling, thanks so much for joining us on this episode.
Yeah, for sure.
So Sterling, I want to start with USC, and let's first start with, obviously, we just caught up with you after practice today. How are practices going to start the season?
Pretty good. We're trying to build practices on top of each other, getting 1% better every day, incorporating new things every practice. We just had a fall tournament this past weekend, so we learned a lot of things from that, things we had to get better at, things we're good at, and yeah.
You're a pro because you're already leaning into my next question, which was how that fall tournament went. I believe it was UCLA, UCI, and I think CSUN going 1-1 in that tournament. Just what did you learn about the team yourselves in that tournament?
Yeah, so we beat CSUN in the first game, 3-1 sets, and we lost to UCI 1-3. For the first set in the CSUN game, we lost like 25-22, whatever, and we didn't really have a hot start. Like, we looked really dead on the court, just like no energy at all. And then second, like during the huddle between those sets, we talked about that. Like, let's get a hot start. Like, let's go. Like, be fired up. Have the bench be involved too. And we got off to a like 7-0 run in that beginning of the second set. So that, yeah, we learned a lot from that first set, and yeah, I got better.
Talk to me about what practices and kind of ramping up for matches like that are like at this point in the season. Is this a lot of working on the fundamentals? Is this a lot of kind of finer points from Coach Nygaard? What are some of the talking points and the focus points of practice at this time?
Yeah, so our practices from Monday to Wednesday incorporate a lot of drills, a lot of fundamental stuff, passing, working on tempo with setters, yeah, just a lot of serve receive. That'll be like the first 3 days, and we'll do a little bit of playing. And Thursday, Friday are kind of like our 6-on-6 days. So Thursday we'll do a couple drills at the beginning, then play sixes for an hour and a half, whatever. And then Friday we'll do like a real game warm up. We'll go through hitting lines, over the net pepper, and just like warming up 6v6, and then we'll go the whole time playing sixes, like real games.
What is it like being coached by Coach Nygaard? Obviously, you've had a lot of coaches to this point in your career, but what sets him apart? What makes him unique in his coaching style?
Yeah, love Coach. Nygaard's a really good coach. We also have Roy Prager and Gary Sato and Coach Paul too, all great coaches. Coach Nygaard really likes to get into the fundamentals of volleyball, not like the bigger picture, like the physical bouncing balls. He's very technical guy, whether it be pressing your hands over the net, opening your hip to pass. He focuses on the really tiny details of the game.
Do you feel like that's something with your game that sometimes it's nice to have a refresher on? Or are you sometimes like, all right, we got it, it's time to get back into the scrimmages?
It's always good. It's always good. You kind of forget that sometimes when you're in game, like the little things. You focus on, oh, can I get this good pass? But that good pass comes from doing those little things.
I know that we're all excited for this upcoming men's season. It was such a great exposition of talent all across the board last season, especially with, I felt like every match I went to of your guys were very excited for this season. What are you most excited for about this season? You got any matches circled on the calendar at this point?
One of my favorite weekends I'm looking forward to is the one that's going to be at the Honda Center with us, UCLA, Hawaii, and Long Beach. A couple of our games at the beginning of the season are like out of our conference, but when we get to that, they'll really test how good we are and show how all our work in the off season has really paid off.
I'm excited for that one too, because it means I won't have to take the trip down the 405.
Yeah.
That'll be nice, right in the backyard. Sterling, I want to go back to the beginning here with USC. What made you decide to attend this program? And obviously, we're going to talk a little bit about what you have built here in your very short time, but successful time while here. What made you decide to become a Trojan?
Well, on my visit, I was lucky enough to be hosted by Dylan Klein. And first thing he told me is that USC consists of three things. He said it's a triangle. There's academic, there's social life, and there's volleyball. And he said all three of those things are like amazing here. So I saw that on my visit, went to a football game. The atmosphere was awesome. USC being a really good academic school, that was huge for me to get a good degree for after I finished playing volleyball. And obviously the volleyball part, we had Dylan Klein in that freshman class, Noah Roberts, and then we had some good recruits coming in like Wesley Smith. And then I just decided to commit here because there was a lot of future talent coming.
Not a lot of free time, obviously, but do you get some chances to go to basketball games or football games or see some of the other athletic life at USC?
Yeah. I get to go to football games on the weekends. That's pretty awesome. Classes are pretty jam-packed right now, so I don't get a lot of free time during the day. Maybe at nights to do homework and stuff. But yeah, it's awesome.
Any favorite classes you've taken at this point?
I liked, I had a intro to electronic dance music class.
No way.
So it was like, went all the way back to like the beginning of like disco and how it's like evolved into this now like electronic dance music, like concerts and stuff, and just, yeah, the evolution of it basically.
I will admit that EDM is not necessarily my genre, but are there any favorite artists or DJs that you kind of gravitate towards?
I like Pasa, I like Rufus Du Sol, John Summit, Dom Dollar. All those guys are pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Being able to take a class like that, I feel like it's got to be pretty awesome. But also, it sounds like you had a really good idea of what you were looking for when you came here. Do you have any advice for, let's say, recruits and people specifically with an academic focus with how they should go about deciding where they go to college?
Go to somewhere where, like, if you go on an official, somewhere that you really like the campus, because I feel like that's a big part. You're walking there every single day. What else? I don't really know.
I think that's an important one. I ended up choosing my school even when it was minus 20-degree weather on my visit, and somehow I knew that one was the right one. I was like, this would not be a nice walk to campus. But I think in Southern California, it's a little bit better.
Yeah, weather is good. It's close to home, too. I don't know if that plays a factor for anyone committing out there, but it definitely was for me. I didn't really want to go across the U.S. I wanted to stay pretty close to home. I mean, that's where a lot of volleyball is, too, and in the Southern California and just California region in general.
On that topic, can you sort of describe maybe for some of our listeners, some of our viewers who are not familiar with the Southern California volleyball culture, what is it like? How ingrained is it into just living out here, and how much was it a part of kind of your upbringing? We'll get into more of that later, but I definitely want to know kind of right now about it.
It's pretty awesome. It's a pretty tight-knit community. Everyone pretty much knows each other. It's not like football where you have people from every single state at the highest level. It's really only select states, California, Arizona, some places on the East Coast. I moved to Newport Beach when I was in 7th grade and was lucky enough to play for Balboa Bay Volleyball Club. And yeah, volleyball has basically almost been my life ever since. Practice every single week growing up, every single weekend. And yeah, I think the coolest part though is how tight-knit. You just know everyone. I've met so many friends through volleyball. I'm from Newport, and over summers I'd go to Manhattan Beach or Long Beach or whatever it is to hang out with volleyball friends. So I think that's probably the coolest part.
Yeah, the volleyball community near Newport Beach is fantastic. Did you get a chance at all to go to the Newport Beach Elite 16, or at least,
I did not.
kind of see what was going on over there?
That was pretty cool though. I wish I could have gone to that.
No, I mean, with the schedule that you guys have, that makes a lot of sense. But back to you, Sterling, when did you know that you had what it takes to play volleyball at the collegiate level?
I think it was probably going into sophomore year. Like during club tournaments, there were a lot of college coaches there and looking at our court. Like I was getting some emails about coming to like fall camps over the summer going into my junior year. And yeah, just like seeing the college coaches on my court were pretty cool, scouting me.
Were there a lot of good fundamentals? You mentioned being at Balboa Bay. Was a lot built there? Was that kind of
everything? Ball control, hitting. During 13-14's year, we would probably do 30 to 45 minutes of free ball passing or just down ball passing every single day to dial in. And it's definitely transferred over all the way since back then.
Do you remember what some coaches were saying really stood out about your game when you were looking around at schools?
They said my volleyball IQ was pretty high. I knew how to read the game really well. Yeah, I was physical enough to play. And yeah, those are probably the two biggest things.
A personal question that I'm just kind of curious about, is volleyball IQ something that someone can improve? Is that something where it's kind of just, if you've got it, you've got it? Or is that something where the more you play, the more you can kind of improve your volleyball IQ?
It's definitely the more you play. It's just getting reps, whether it be, I mean, beach volleyball can really improve your volleyball IQ. I mean, you really got to look at the hitter, see where they're hitting, high line, cut shot, look at their hand. That helps a lot with reading, but it's definitely playing. Just play as much as you can every single day. And like I said, no matter where it is, beach, grass, indoor, it helps everything about your game.
So playing beach can help you with indoor?
Yeah, 100%.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you still have time sometimes to play beach?
I don't remember the last time I've played in a doubles tournament. Probably like 16's year, honestly. But yeah, beach volleyball really helps your game.
Well, I've never played, so maybe I'd have a chance if it's been that long for you.
Yeah.
But Sterling, I want to now go back to last season. I'm gonna have to cheat and look down at some of my stats here, but the best start for your program since '91 with a 9-match win streak to start. Best win streak since 2012, and number 3 in the rankings was the first time since 2015. How do you build on that? And obviously, such a successful season. What do you reflect on with the takeaways of last year?
We definitely, even though we had a really good start, there's definitely a lot of things to improve on, first of all, but pretty proud of our squad. We had 3 freshmen on the court last year, which was pretty cool to see. And yeah, we're hoping this year we can start off even hotter, maybe go on a couple more game win streaks. Yeah.
Any specific matches from last year that really kind of stick out in your mind?
I think our Hawaii game at Hawaii was pretty crucial. Went in there ranked, I don't even know what we were. I think we were number 5. They were number 3. They were ahead of us or something, and we beat them 3-1, which was pretty cool in their own home territory. That was definitely a pivotal moment and kind of made a statement. What
is it like over there? That atmosphere is amazing.
Yeah, it's absurd. You guys probably heard of it. It was a sold-out stadium, cheering all for Hawaii, no cheers for us at all. You just got to kind of stay calm in those situations, not get rattled by any of the chirps in the stands or any of the noise. And if things aren't going your way, you kind of got to turn around pretty quick or you get wiped.
What are those conversations like? I mean, obviously, I feel like that's probably going to be something that's really tough to simulate that environment. Do you kind of rally the guys at any points and be like, hey, here's what we do to block out the noise. We just focus on the next set. Is any conversations like that?
Yeah, I think the most important part of the game was in between points during huddles. I mean, it was just us six in there talking to each other like, hey, we got the next point. Because, during the play, we're all separate, but we could just bring it in, and it was just us there. We didn't worry about any of the background noise or anything. And, yeah.
Who's most vocal? Is it you? Is it Caleb, Dylan?
I think I'm pretty vocal in huddles and on the court. Dylan's a really good captain. He's pretty vocal. But, yeah. I think all of us on the court are pretty vocal.
Sterling, I'm now going to talk about the expanded playoffs for this year, which I know is something that you guys probably are pretty happy with, but just the overall reaction to the expanded playoffs, to just being outside the cut last year, and just what you think that's going to kind of do for the game coming up this season. Yeah,
expanded playoffs are crucial. I think last year there were a lot of teams, such as us and UCI, who didn't make the playoffs, who I think should have. Because all those top 5 teams were pretty close in skill. There wasn't a huge gap. I think we definitely had a shot to win. So did UCI and everyone. So having more teams be able to get the chance to win is huge.
What was kind of the reaction or just the overall feeling from you guys when the word came down that you weren't going to make it?
It was brutal. It was really brutal. I don't know exactly when we found out, but it was over. There was a video or live stream or something of people who got bids, and the whole team wasn't together. We were kind of separate, and we were just texting our group chat. Unfortunate, but well, a lot of our starters on the team last year returning, and we kind of said we don't ever want to have that feeling again. So we kind of got to work. We got to work really hard in off season, during season, to not have that same feeling again.
Has Coach Nygaard been harping on any particular matches towards the end of last season, like maybe the Pepperdine match or some of the matches towards the end, like you mentioned, where maybe it's win 1 or 2 more and that can really turn the tide for the upcoming season?
Yeah. I think we fought in every game we played in. I think a huge game that would have maybe got us a potential bid was our games against UCI. I mean, we lost, I don't even know the score, but it was 28-26 in the 5th set. If we won that, we maybe would have had a better chance. And we got swept by them the following night, which was that was probably our worst game of the season. After going 5 with them, we just got completely smoked in the next game. But no, there's not really a particular match he harps on. Something he does harp on, though, is staying healthy through the whole season. Now going into 20-hour weeks as of last week. Every single guy in our team is going into rehab and doing something for their body so they don't get hurt. Because at the end of last year, I got banged up a little bit. My calf started hurting. DK was out for a couple of games. Parker's back was bugging him, and Parker went straight from season to VNL and hurt his back, and now he's out till January right now. So I think health is our wealth. Being really healthy will be our key to success, probably.
I think it's awesome to have a coach who's got that as such a big kind of focus at the forefront as well. And yeah, I know we were all bummed that you guys weren't at full health, but I think also we look at the expanded playoffs and think USC is the kind of team that is exactly for. We want to see them in the tournament. We want to see them fighting with the best, because like you mentioned, those matches with Hawaii, with UCI, with UCLA, those were fantastic matches, and I think were really some of the highlights of last season. So we're absolutely looking forward to it. Sterling, the last question about your squad this year before we turn towards your time with the NTDP teams is just, if you could sum up in a couple words, what makes up the 2020, gosh, it'll be the 2026, that's crazy to say, the 2026 USC men's volleyball squad. What are a couple words that you would say really embody who you guys are as a team?
I'm going to say probably hard work and determined. We're trying to work harder than every other team in the off season so that we do good in season. And we were just actually talking about today, volleyball kind of turned into a full-time job Like, classes are pretty important, but like, you're not making stupid decisions outside of volleyball. Like, you're getting good sleep, and you're just doing everything to help the team win. It's kind of selfish if you don't take it seriously and are like making stupid decisions that either injure you or hurt you in any way. So yeah.
We're super excited for the season to get going, but we need to give some time to your season with us that concluded not too long ago. And let's start, Sterling, with just the national team development program for your personal journey. What has it meant to you so far?
It's pretty special getting to represent Team USA internationally. I mean, and it's awesome. Got my first NTDP invite when I was, oh God, I don't even know. It was end of 15's year or something, or no, in the middle of 15's year, there was like a December NTDP where guys from all over the country came to Anaheim, stayed in a hotel, trained for a couple days, and that was really awesome. That's when I knew volleyball is kind of like a tight knit community, and I got to meet all my buddies. I'm still like really, really good friends with all those guys today. But yeah, getting to play Argentina and China all over the world, it's pretty cool. At first, I didn't really like to travel. But you kind of get used to it. Argentina was really cool. China was really cool. And yeah, I like traveling now.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, especially for those teams, traveling far and wide is definitely part of the journey. But Sterling, your game specifically, it's been great to so far be able to talk about what points you've learned at different stages. What has been improved about your game from playing in the NTDP program?
I'd definitely say shot selection and receiving different serves. I mean, when you're in club playing 15, 16s, you might play some teams with like either smaller setters, smaller oppo who aren't as good as other guys. But when you're hitting against I remember my first NTDP, I was hitting against Tread and he was already 6'8", and I'm like, holy, that's the biggest blocker I've ever seen so far. So you definitely learn how to hit a little higher, hit line, hit angle, and not just straight into the block. I'd also say serving too. I'm going to use the first NTDP as another example. Lucas Anderson had a whip of an arm in 16s, and seeing that lefty serve for the first time was gnarly. So it definitely gets you better at passing. You see faster serves, and yeah, those NTDPs make you better, man. It's definitely better than any club competition you'll get, because it's all the guys from the best teams put together.
Now you go against Parker in practice and you're like, I got this, no worries.
It's still a little sketchy hitting against him sometimes.
I think you're not the only one who probably thinks that,
no,
but that's amazing. Sterling, this USC lineup is almost all guys who have played NTDP at some point.
Yeah.
Does that help your chemistry at all?
A little bit. I played with Johnny and Parker in NTDP, obviously, but in USA, I've never played with DK or Wes or any of the older guys. But I mean, I played with them last season, so pretty close with them now. But yeah.
Similar to the question I just asked you about how it improved your game, what systems are different? Help me understand what you're learning at NTDP might be different from the systems at the men's collegiate level.
It's the same, actually. It's copied over. So a blocking system, we have options 1 through 5. 1 being you bunch the middle of the court for middle bick. 5, you're in a spread. 4, you're focused on the outside. 2, you're focused on the oppo. And then 3, you commit with the middle. It's the same system as we use USA. It's copied. It's literally the same thing. I was lucky to know the system before I came to USC because of NTDP. And also 18-0 Balboa, we had Andy Reid, who coaches the USA men's team, and we got to learn those options during 18's year, so I'm pretty familiar with it. But some of the freshmen who have come in who haven't gotten the chance to do NTDP don't really know those options, so I was one step ahead, which was really nice to have.
Nice.
Yeah. But their blocking system's really the only system. Maybe a little faster tempo at the college level than a go ball in club, but that's really only the main system I can think of.
You already touched a little bit on sort of how you were first introduced to the NTDP program back when you were in the 15s year, but do you remember any specific early practices? Do you remember, kind of any specific memories of hanging out with the guys? Maybe expand more on your first travel trips at all, kind of those early memories of being involved there.
I just remember going to NTDP like really nervous because like, holy, I'm like representing Team USA. Like, I know there's probably going to be a travel trip because they did that for each age group. Hoping I can make it. And some memories with my buddies. There's a hot tub at the hotel, and a lot of people would always be down there, and that was probably the best way to like meet new people. I mean, we had roommates, but my roommates for the first NTDP were like Manhattan guys who I'd already known before. But yeah, definitely there was a pool down there too. So like when we were off, we'd go down there and you got to meet a bunch of people, and yeah, it was pretty cool.
I've heard so much that it's the time you spend with the guys away from the court that really helps bring you together as a team. And I feel like that happens no matter which age group it is, no matter what year it is, that, it's really how you guys all get together after, your practices on the court that really bonds you.
Yeah. I have from NTDP, I have friends like Victor Loyola, Sean Kelly Tread. If I'm ever in MB for like a tournament or something, I'll stay at their house or something. Like, we're really close. That's pretty cool to have. And yeah, I don't know. It's cool to build those bonds.
Sterling, going to this past U21 squad, the gold medal at Norsega Continental, you were MVP and best spiker. This year, the bronze at World Champs. Just what was it like to be a part of that team that obviously winning that first medal on the world's level was making history?
It was pretty special. Going into the tournament, based on how we did 2 years prior, we had a good amount of confidence. It was the same exact starters besides Cole and some middles who were a new addition, but we had our core group, like me, Kellen, Sean, Tread, who were pretty comfortable playing with each other. I think that was a really big part of winning bronze because we've played for 4 years. And yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, we came in with a lot of confidence to the tournament. Also, a little bit of uncertainty because there were teams that weren't at U19 Worlds that were at U21. Like Poland wasn't there. We're like, shoot, how good is Poland going to be? Because their senior team is obviously insane. But we knew some of the guys on the other teams, like France. Tread had his buddy Adrian, who was on Hawaii. Bulgaria had Kondev, who was on Long Beach. Kellen knew him. So we knew how some of the teams were going to be, but there was definitely some uncertainty with the other teams.
What are the differences between international play and your men's collegiate play?
Definitely the European volleyball is definitely a lot more physical. I mean, you have guys you've never heard of bouncing balls, 10-foot line, hitting OT, and you're like, oh my God, what the heck? Their technique, ball control is just different.
Was that something that Coach Hawks talked about? And the second part of that question is, I've asked you a lot about the different coaching that you've gotten, but what set Hawks apart and how he dealt with that squad?
Yeah, that was definitely a huge factor for us, was just like next play, stay in the present, don't think about the last play. That's when you get in your head and things just get out of hand after that. Something we also stressed was high ball setting. I mean, that's it has been a huge part of the game these last couple of years. Ability to get a dig, set a perfect high ball, hit high hands instead of just trying to go bounce the ball. Maybe do a little bit of Heno stuff, swipe off the block. I mean, Heno coming to NCAA was just, it literally changed the game.
I'm glad to hear you say that because he was one of my choices when everybody was looking at Moni last year. I was like, I think that guy Heno's kind of doing a lot of stuff that maybe it's flying under the radar a little bit when he was here, but
yeah, he brought that to America and people started using it. That's just a different European volleyball. It's a lot more different techniques and just the way they approach the game. I mean, you see Moni come last year and he's best player in the NCAA, most physical. There's just guys like that on those teams that we play. And also, a lot of the teams we play didn't have their full squad because they're guys that were 20 years old or whatever are starting on the VNL team because that was going on at the same time. Like France didn't have Sadiq or Heno's little brother who were both starting on the VNL team. So that helped us a little bit. But yeah, it's just guys like that who are insane in volleyball.
Walk me through, to the best of your ability, that bronze medal match, just what was going on at different points, what were you thinking, and the relief, if that's the right word, to win that medal.
Yeah, so little backstory, U19 Worlds, we were playing Korea in the semifinals, lost in 4. That was heartbreaking. You go all the way to Argentina, you grind for the last month with these guys, and then lose out on a medal. That was pretty heartbreaking. And then we came into this Worlds with the mentality that we're medaling. Like, we came all the way to China. I mean, Argentina was far, but China's even further. Like, we flew 18 hours for this. Like, we're going to get a medal. And luckily, we were able to do that. Yeah, we lost to Iran, who ended up winning the whole tournament in the semis. And that was the best volleyball team I ever played in my life. Those guys were gnarly. And I remember after losing that game, like, we kind of all got together. And we're like, all right, we lost. Like, don't let U19 repeat again. Like, we're winning this next game no matter what. And yeah, we did, which is pretty cool.
Any fun moments that you remember after it? Hugging any teammates, talking to your parents, anything like that?
Yeah, just the returners who were on that U19 squad, like Kellen, Trojan. Like, it was just literally relief. Like, we won. Like we did it. Like, we made history, medaled in a Worlds event. And yeah, that was pretty cool.
Where's the medal right now? Is it on your nightstand? Has it got its own like little display case? Or
it's in my room in my apartment. But yeah, it's hung up in my closet, or like on a hanger.
It's good that it's got its own like place to be seen. That's great. I remember for a shoot that we did with Karch, he brought in his medals, and he was just like, oh yeah, here it is. It's like out in the open, just to touch it. It's amazing. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's great that it's getting the love it deserves. Mm-hmm. Sterling, let's talk a little bit more about you and your volleyball journey to this point, transitioning from that amazing finish with the U21 squad. We always like to ask all of our guests on the USA Volleyball Show the very basic question of how were you first introduced to volleyball? You gave us a little teaser of it earlier in this episode, but just as early as you can remember, how were you introduced to the game?
Yeah, so 5th grade, my elementary school had just created like a volleyball team because someone from I can't remember the club's name, but he was good friends with a teacher at our school, and he's like, oh, let's just put together like a volleyball team. It was on blacktop cement, like it was gnarly. But I started playing then, really liked it. Then the following year, I decided to join a club, United Volleyball Club. It was their first year as a club. I joined with some of my buddies who played on that elementary school team. And they didn't have a 12s team at that time because 6th grade we would have been 12s. So we were playing 14s. And I remember our very first game, since we were a new club, it was back when we did SCVA, so we were like the 60th team in 14s, and we played the #1 seed. And the seed that year was MB Surf, and we just got crushed. We got, like, it was my first time ever in a game, and we were just sitting there like, getting bounced on. We're like, oh my God. Yeah, we got smoked.
Long way from the blacktop on that one?
Yeah, long way from the blacktop. So
it was a good learning experience, clearly, for you.
Yeah. And then played there for a year, and then moved to Newport Beach that following year and started playing we didn't move because of volleyball. We just moved to Newport Beach because my parents loved it, and they've always wanted to live there. And we had the opportunity to, so we did. And we just found the nearest club, which was Balboa Bay, located right there. Started playing there 13th year. Won the 14 club open, or 14 club at nationals that year, which was pretty cool as a 13s team. And then 14s came around. We had COVID during then, so we didn't get nationals. And then
you were 14s during COVID?
Yeah.
God,
a long time ago.
Thanks for making me feel old.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And then,
and then from 14s on, sorry?
15s, we won 15 open. 16s came second. That was brutal. And then 17, 18s, we won open, which was pretty cool.
So that's a lot of winning to this point. Mm-hmm. If you had to pick one, you can choose a couple if you like, your favorite volleyball memory during your volleyball career to this point.
I don't have a memory, but 17's whole year was insane. We won every single big tournament, which was, I don't know if it's ever been done by a team, but we won all 5 big tournaments that year, which was really cool. But favorite volleyball moment? I don't know. Probably 18 Open finals year. I mean, ending off your club career with a bang, winning a gold medal was pretty cool, especially because there are 4 guys on that team who had been on that team since 13th year. So just like that whole journey, those 6 years were just awesome with those guys. Or 6 years with those guys. That was pretty awesome.
We get to cover those moments every year, and the raw emotion that you see during that, just when everybody knows this is kind of the last rodeo, is amazing. And especially for those teams that win, it's always the most raw emotion, and it's the best. And it's one of the things I think is so great about the sport is when you get in those situations and everybody just kind of recognizes the magnitude of the moment and still just balls out in those situations as well is awesome.
Yeah.
So, glad that yours ended on the high note there. And then obviously volleyball takes up so much of your life. What do you do to de-stress or to just, hang out when you're not playing volleyball? What do you do? Any hobbies, anything like that?
I golf a little bit. I mean, a lot of my buddies golf. I'm not good by any means. I just like playing, getting out there, being in nature. I mean, it's pretty cool. What else? Go to the beach. But when I'm at the beach, I'll play beach volleyball probably. I like to DJ a little bit too. That's pretty cool. Not much else. Just hang out with buddies at night or do something. Yeah.
Favorite places to go hiking?
I've never been hiking.
Just out in nature is like out on the
golf.
Water? With golf, yeah. Hey, that's the best
I
way
like
to
to
be out in
surf
nature.
a little bit. I haven't surfed in a while. But,
Favorite golf courses?
Big Canyon Country Club in Newport Beach. One of my buddies is a member there, and he takes me out sometimes, and it's a really nice course. That's probably my favorite.
Nice. Well, I hope that I don't see you out on the golf courses in Orange County because I also like to golf, and I'm also not good. And I think I wouldn't want anybody to see it outside of my friends who are lucky enough to go with me. So, yeah. But I think we might be in the similar skill category there, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Sterling, what are your volleyball career goals to this point?
Obviously, win a national championship here. That's number one goal right now. After that, or after my 4 years here, hopefully play pro for a couple years. I don't know my path with that. I don't know what I'm going to do. Hopefully play for the Olympic team in the future. That'd be awesome. But those are probably my 3 main goals right now.
Do you have any favorite pro players? Your knowledge of the international game has already been on display for us here in this episode, but just any favorite pro players on the senior level, or the second part of that question would be any guys from the U.S. national team, senior teams that you've talked to for advice at any point?
I haven't talked to him, but TJ DeFalco is probably my favorite player. I don't know, just whippy arm, bouncing every other ball. It's pretty cool to see.
I think that's a pretty darn good choice.
Yeah, I got to see, when I first started playing volleyball, 7th grade, this was 2019, that year. TJ was at Long Beach. I got to go to a couple games, and I was holy, TJ was the guy, gnarly. I'm just wow, will I ever be as good as him? Can I play at the pro level or college level? I was just amazed. That's when I really fell in love with volleyball too. It was when I got to go to those college games in 7th grade. It was awesome to see. I live close to UCI, so I got to go to a couple of those games too, and it was just whoa.
We'll give you a pass for choosing a Long Beach guy over an SC guy for sure, because I think TJ is a good choice, definitely. Sterling, the final question that I have for you is, how do we continue to grow the boys' game? How do we, from your perspective, continue to drive that interest to the men's college game and then beyond, but starting with bringing more people to the boys' game?
I think it starts at a young age, so implementing it in how my journey started, implementing it into an elementary school. I mean, the base sports are football, soccer, basketball, all those sports, but volleyball is kind of unique in its own way. So I think implementing it at a younger age, just having middle schools have programs, or just getting a team together. You don't necessarily need a lot of money or anything, but playing other schools, just like getting reps. And I think that's a really good way to introduce volleyball because, I mean, you're around school or you're at school, like you're looking for a sport to play. Some people who like don't like football, basketball, or it's like off season or something. Like our middle school team, or our middle school had a volleyball team, which was cool, but it's just something to try. It's a new thing to try. It's a new sport. And I just think that would be a good way for people to start and get more people involved with the game.
I think those are wise words and a perfect way to end our episode here. But before we do that, Sterling, where can people follow you on your journey? Where can your fans connect with you? Anybody who is watching this who is not super familiar with you and wants to follow along more?
My Instagram is Sterling Foley 11. And yeah, that's about it.
And
that's
come to the games, watch the games as well coming up this season.
Yeah, come out to some USC games. We'll be pretty darn good this year. We'll have some good games. And yeah, that's about it.
Sterling, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Thank you for watching another episode of the USA Volleyball Show, wherever you get your podcasts. We thank you so much for tuning in once more. Once again, if you haven't seen all of our episodes, please go check out our extensive catalog and get caught up before this episode with Sterling. And then as always, if you're looking for more news as we get closer to the men's collegiate season, you know what to do. Head on over to usavolleyball.org. Stay tuned to our socials as we get ready for that season coming up. But once again, thank you so much, and we'll catch you again next time.
This has been the USA Volleyball Show with Stephen Munson and Severin Lavenstein. Produced by Curtis Ward. Our content producer is Laura Fawcett. Our marketing lead is Bree Jaycox. If you enjoyed this podcast, be sure to rate, review, and share with your friends. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the USA Volleyball Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to or watch your podcasts.